I think just the biggest thing is, it's really, really special, and I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time. I want my legacy to be the impact that I can have on young kids and the people in the state of Iowa. And I hope I brought them a lot of joy this season. I hope this team brought them a lot of joy. I understand we came up one win short, but I think we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. And I was just that young girl, so all you have to do is dream, and you can be in moments like this.
All right. I was like, what are you doing?
I have a feeling that Monica would have caught that.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead?
Yep, go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you to the AP and everybody who voted. This is a very, very prestigious award, if not the most prestigious in all of college basketball. So I'm very grateful and thankful. And then obviously, congratulations to Coach Morin. Tremendous season by you guys. And we had some great battles. And I think it speaks to the Big Ten and what the Big Ten was this year. Absolutely incredible. And I think that's prepared us, for this moment. So I'm really happy for you guys in the season that you had. And to my teammates, I'm so glad that you guys are here celebrating this moment with me. It makes it 100 times more special, and I love you guys to death. I know I had to drag you here super sweaty, so I'm sorry about that. But no, I seriously love you. And to our coaches, you've believed in me since the day I stepped on campus, and probably since I was in 7th grade, you saw potential in me and wanted to help get this team and this program to this point, and we did it. But I feel like we can win 2 more games while we're here, and that's our goal. And I'm lucky enough to have my parents here today. My 2 brothers are on their way, but they couldn't be here. And, I would be nothing if it wasn't for you two. You've made a lot of sacrifices to help me get to this point. So I'm just very thankful. And then obviously Dixon Jensen, all Iowa Attack repping here today. And, a lot of my teammates played for the same AAU program. And I think what's most important to me is you care about us as people more than a basketball player. And, that's what I admire about you so much. And you love us to death. And I wouldn't be the player I am if it wasn't for you. So just very grateful and thankful for this award, and I'm lucky that I get to share it with, all of you today. So thank you.
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. Caitlin, to piggyback off the question about having the crowd wrapped around your finger, you obviously play with a lot of swagger, but you have a lot of joy in your game too, and I wondered if you could talk about that. How much does the crowd play a role in that, and why is that important to you?
Yeah, I think that's when I'm playing my best basketball, is when I'm playing, when I'm having the most fun out of anybody on the court. I love to play this game. I've dreamed of this moment since I was a little girl. I've always, wanted to take a team to the Final Four and be in these moments and have confetti fall down on me. But I play this game because I love it, and it brings joy to me, and it brings a lot of joy to other people because of our team is so fun to watch. I don't play it to hoist a trophy, whether it's individually or with my team. That just comes with the joy and the passion that we play for and how much fun we have with one another. So, I think it's just who I am at the end of the day. Is I'm a fun person off the court too, maybe a little too goofy at times, but I think that's what makes basketball so fun for me. I think that's what you can be the most proud of. I think, we truly have each other's back. Maybe we weren't always the most skilled. Maybe we weren't always the tallest. Maybe we weren't always the fastest, but we just believed. We knew we could be in these moments. We trusted one another. And that took, a couple years to get to that point. And, there's been so many great Iowa women's basketball players that come before us and, allow this program to be really, really good when, Kate and I and everybody else stepped on campus. And I feel like we took it to a whole nother level. And I feel like our program is in really good hands moving forward. And I think more than anything, people will probably remember our, 2 Final Fours and things like that. But people aren't going to remember every single win or every single loss. I think they're just going to, remember the moments that they shared at one of our games or watching on TV or, how excited their young daughter or son got about, watching women's basketball. I think that's pretty cool. And that's, those are the things that mean the most to me when people come up to me and, I don't really get offended when people say, I've never watched women's basketball before. I think, 1, you're a little late to the party, yes, but 2, that's cool. We're changing the game, we're attracting more people to it. But at the same time, those little things are just, I think the moments that we'll remember for forever.
Caitlin, Mike Lucas, WKYC. When there was 1.1 seconds left, you ended up throwing off, I think it was Paige's back, wasting some time. Was that something kind of just did instinctually? Is that something you and coach had spoken about as a way to kind of burn clock, or is that just kind of how the game played out and something you did on your own?
I think it's just like I watch a lot of basketball. I understand basketball, and she had her back turned to me. So the biggest point, the biggest thing at that point of the game is like you just want the clock to go down, and I mean, you don't want to give them the ball, but she had her back completely turned. So I was just trying to waste some clock, and it just came to my brain. So I just went for it, and kind of worked.
Caitlin, Michelle Smith from The Next. I was just at Kate Martin's breakout, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. You've played 130. Tomorrow will be your 139th consecutive game playing next to Kate Martin. So of all of the lasts tomorrow, I want to talk about how that ranks, and I also want to get your perspective on what you hope Iowa women's basketball fans remember about Kate Martin's career.
Oh gosh, I could talk about Kate for a really long time. If I played 139 games with her, I don't know how many she played, which is kind of crazy because she's old. So that girl is tougher than nails. This is her 6th year. She starts her career off with a torn ACL and misses her freshman season. And I think Kate would tell you that was the best thing that ever happened to her. Gave her perspective on what basketball really is, made her a better leader. She was a naturally born leader, but Kate is one of the best teammates I've ever had, the best teammates I've ever had. And the thing about her is she's going to have her teammates back every single day, every single second. And to see the growth that she's taken as a basketball player this year, like she's really upped her game, her play, while also being the best leader for this team. And if you don't have Kate Martin, we're not in this position. I don't know where our season ends, but we're not right here. That's how much she brings to this team, and every single person on our team would say that, player or coach. So, I think Kate grew up with a poster of Iowa women's basketball glued to her ceiling. That's what she fell asleep looking at every single night, and she embodies that in every single thing that she does. She truly cares about and loves every person she's been teammates with, and I know it'll be special for her to take the court one more time in an Iowa jersey.
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. So, Caitlin, before this game, would you have compared Monica to Draymond Green? Because during the game, I was getting quite a few texts from basketball people who were saying, she's the difference maker. And Monica, I wondered if you watched some Draymond Green footage to get you in this mood.
To be honest, no, I would never compare Monica to Draymond. But the person on our team who I would is Kate Martin. She's the player that does all the dirty work, sets people up, sets her teammate up, is an emotional leader. So they might have gotten Kate and Mon confused, but Monica probably not so much. We could probably find some different player comps for her. But no, I think, Mon she made some tough baskets tonight. She had a finish there at the end of the 3rd quarter that was, about as good a finish as I've ever seen by a post player. She has 6'7" guarding her, and she makes a huge basket that, gives us another 2 points when, it comes down to it at the end. We needed that.
Caitlin, you just talk about that a little bit. That turned into a 6-point possession with the 2 free throws. I'm sorry, Jeff Linder, Cedar Rapids Gazette. 2 free throws, and then I think Stokey had finished it off. So that was kind of at the end of a little bit of a lull for you guys, and that really got you going again. Can you tell us about that juncture? Yeah,
well, honestly, I guess I didn't really even know that rule with the intentional foul. So then you get 2 free throws in the ball rather than just the 1 free throw in the ball back. So I guess I don't know everything. Sometimes I like to think, but the ref explained it to me. But no, that was a huge possession. I mean, it's anytime you can go down the court and get 6 points, that's basically unheard of. So, and like you said, I think Hannah Stolke played an incredible game today. 5 for 5 from the field, 50% from the free throw line, and 5 rebounds, which is, when we have her playing like that and she can come off the bench, it just gives us a whole nother weapon that people have to scheme for. So, like you said, I think Hannah played tremendous tonight.
They got the game down to 2 points, like 68-66. And then what did you guys do to sort of take charge at that point? They had some turnovers. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, are you talking in the 4th quarter there? Yeah, I think 4th quarter, well, I had a shot that I left short, and then we go down, and then we got to stop, and we come down. I think there was like a minute 10 maybe left on the clocks, and I just dribbled it out, and we went 4 flat. So basically, I was just going to take the girl to the hole, and luckily I beat her and got a shot off and made it, and then became a 2-possession game. So kind of just knew, try to get another stop, which we did. I think somebody got a deflection. Was it you or Kate? Somebody got a deflection there, and Monica got the ball, and we were able to advance it, I believe. So basically it was our defense, but the last play we scored on was like just a 4 flat going to the basket because the middle of the paint was so open. I just, wanted to penetrate and get to the rim.
How did you guys sleep last night?
I slept really well, honestly. I don't know if it was kind of dark and like rainy outside, so I don't know. I slept good. I was just excited to play and come out here and play in front of these fans. Obviously incredible, and I mean, I know it's only going to be even better on Sunday when we face Creighton, and we're just super, super fortunate to have that kind of support from this community. It's not like that everywhere else, and I get the chills every single time I run out of the tunnel and they roar. It's super cool.
Yeah, I stared at the ceiling for a while. I'm going to be honest. Eventually I fell asleep, but I think having a sold out crowd, like Caitlin was saying, there's nothing like it. And having experienced it once before, you have a taste of it and you just want it every time. So I hope Hawk fans can come out on Sunday. But again, like Coach Bitter was saying, thank you so much for everybody who showed up today. It was so awesome.
Dargan.
Caitlin, as loud as it got today, you had 15,000 people pretty quiet there when you were limping around for a quick second. Obviously, whatever happened there wasn't serious, but just what kind of happened on that exchange?
Yeah, I think I was probably just a little out of control myself and then kind of took a tumble. And I just hit my knee wrong on the floor. But I mean, Coach Witter always wants me to stay on my feet more. But I think I've done better throughout the year has gone on. But no, I'm all good. It's part of basketball. It's just how it goes.
Front, middle? No?
Yeah, for Caitlin, I guess, how well are you and Audrey going to get along the next couple of days, and how much are you looking forward to this matchup with a team that you watched a lot growing up?
Yeah, no, I mean, my cousin and then obviously Audrey playing at Creighton, I really idolized her growing up. She played at Dowling and then went on to play at Creighton, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I remember I went to Oregon State to watch Creighton play. They ended up going to the round of 32, and I was just her biggest fan growing up. I loved basketball, but I think she'll be rooting for me a little more. I hope so. I mean, we're family, but no, I think more than anything, she just wants the best for me. And she was here today, and I'm so glad I could have my support. I had a lot of family here today, and that's what it's about. And our family just loves being around the game of basketball. It's really what we've done our whole lives. So it was awesome.
What does it say to you guys did what you did with basically 7 players?
Yeah, I think it shows how tough we are. I think the mental toughness is going to carry us a long way. It wasn't always pretty. I mean, 17 turnovers isn't as high as we would like. We want to keep that number a bit lower. And, this is a tough game to win. You're in the round of 32. Georgia has absolutely nothing to lose. We're in front of a sold-out crowd. And, I thought we came down and were really tough at the end of the game. Got stops when we needed to. We cleaned up the offensive rebounding in the second half. We only gave up 2 points on offensive rebounds, which was huge for us. Who knows if it was like the first half, we might not win the game. So I think that was, huge as well. One of the coolest things that you get to do, but I feel like I was just that little girl. Like, I grew up around the game. I was those little girls. I was always begging my dad to take me to basketball games, college basketball games, no matter what it was, really. I always wanted to be around the game. So I know both of us and our entire team will always make time for them, and we love their support. We're always around them, summer camp to season. Yeah, it's super cool. And any way we can inspire them and love the game and really grow the game, I think, our team does a really great job of that. But, I think that was the most kids we've really had all season today. The tunnel was just packed with kids. And, I try to make time to high-five every single one of them. And, that's really what it's all about, inspiring the next generation. And I think our team does a tremendous job of that. Yeah, I think, normally I probably make a couple more shots. I thought I had, at least 3 open threes that usually that go down for me. One in transition from Gabby, another one in the corner, and then honestly probably 4 more threes that were pretty wide open. But, luckily I made a couple more in the second half. But, sometimes that happens. That's just how it goes. I mean, I'm still 4 for 10 from the three-point line. I'll take that probably any day of the week. It's 40%. It's better than what most people do. And, I think getting it into the paint was one of our goals. But at times we just froze up once we got it there because they were collapsing. And it seemed as if everybody was guarded. But, they're long, they're athletic. They live on turnovers. That's what they wanted to do. But, no matter when we had a turnover, we never hung our head. We never felt defeated for ourselves. We just hustled back, and, it was the next play. Nobody blamed each other, and I think that just speaks to this group that we have, and I think that's going to carry us a long way.
I just want to know, how do you guys plan on handling South Carolina's inside dominance?
Well, I think the biggest thing is haven't gone over a scouting report yet. I think just enjoying this win and celebrating this win, but you have 24 hours to turn the page and move on. And the great thing about us is we're not going to stay on one defense for too long. We're going to have a bunch of different things up our sleeves. We're going to try a bunch of different things, but South Carolina has been the top of the top. They're in a different league, and we're going to do everything we can to try to be right there with them. And but yeah, I think the biggest thing is enjoy this tonight, and we'll go over the scout early in the morning. Yeah, I think it's really special, and the crowd really responds to me, throwing my hands in the air, which is kind of nice. They know when to get loud on defense, especially. It's hard for the other team when people are just screaming at the top of their lungs. But at the same time, I got to give Georgia credit. I thought they answered quite a few times. They made some tough shots, some tough contested twos. Those are the shots we want them to take. And, as we move forward, those are shots teams are going to make, but it's going to be how are we going to respond. And but I'm just grateful. I mean, that crowd is incredible, and it's something that maybe we're getting used to. But at the same time, it can be like that everywhere for women's basketball. It really can if people just get in the arena and watch. The product is pretty amazing, and I think the joy and the passion that our team plays with is what attracts people to this arena. And it's like pro sports in the state of Iowa. So we're so lucky, and a lot of credit goes to her right here because she's built this program up. We were just lucky to come in here. There's been a lot of really good players that have built our culture to be what it is today, and we just kind of try to hold that to a high standard as well.
We're going to take a virtual call. We'll go with. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead, Caitlin. I apologize.
Just my family in the stands. That's who I was hugging. Obviously they've been like my biggest supporters all throughout my career, and that's one of the reasons I came to Iowa is because, they wanted to be at all my games. Travel around and support. My dad comes to a lot of my stuff, and just to be able to share the moment with them, and it's pretty special to all of us to have our families here and be along this ride with them. And people that have sacrificed a lot for us.
You're an inspiration to so many young girls, but you're also an inspiration to so many women who played sports and basketball while they were growing up. Mm-hmm. So what message would you like to share with those women who've helped blaze this trail to have women's basketball shining like it is today?
I would say the biggest thing is just thank you. And, that's what I always talk about is like women's basketball isn't just suddenly good. Like it's been good. I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by coaches that have been in this game for a really long time. They coached when, 50 people showed up to the game and nobody wanted to support them and what they were doing. And, Coach Jay is our associate head coach, who is one of the best women's basketball players our state has ever seen. And for them to be at the forefront of, laying a foundation of this is what women's basketball is, and still nobody wanted to support it, for them to now see where it's evolved, is pretty incredible. They deserve it more than anybody else for them to be in these moments too. But, it isn't just the people that are in the college game right now. It's every single person has come before us. And now you're seeing, like, we are on ESPN. We are on nationally televised TV stations that people are like, wow, like, this is so much fun to watch. They can't get enough of it. It's like, it is scheduled in their night. They're sitting down and watching. And I don't think it's only women's basketball. I think it's, you see it across the board, whether it's softball, whether it's gymnastics, volleyball. Like, people want to watch. It's just, when they're given the opportunity, it's, the research and the facts show that people love it.
Hi, I'm DJ Lily Jade from 95.9 FM. And you've had an incredible journey to this point, especially with the historical viewership. What would you say to kids striving to be you right now?
I'll start with Caitlin.
I would say, I think the biggest thing is, this is what I kind of set up my entire career is like, nobody really believed other than myself. I think confidence, as a young girl, like, just have confidence, a young boy, have confidence in yourself and confidence in whatever you want to be. And I think that was the thing my parents instilled in me from a young age is like, they never told me no. They told me to know a lot about other things, but not in what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to be, and, the goals I wanted to chase after. And I would say that's the biggest thing is, you can say it, you got to work for it, you got to earn it. You don't ever want anything to be given to you. And I think
that's what I'm most proud of throughout my career is like I've worked really hard to be in this moment, and that's where my confidence comes from. And I think that's the biggest piece of advice I'd give to the younger generation.
Caitlin, saw you made a beeline to go get the game ball after the game ended.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in kind of the moment able to understand the historical significance of a 40-point triple-double in the Elite Eight?
Not really, probably, but I did want the game ball, so I chucked it to my dad. I hope the NCAA, I hope they got out of the arena in time so the NCAA could chase him down, but I told him to run. I'll get it later at the hotel. But no, I mean, I just thought I played a pretty balanced game. I mean, 12 assists. That's my teammates making shots right there. McKenna was huge in the first half. You know, they were kind of helping off of her, doubling onto me, and, you know, she made some big shots for us. And then I thought Gabby was tremendous in the second half, and then Mon came up big, too, for us. So a total team effort, you know, and I pride myself in doing a lot of different things for this team. And, you know, this is probably the biggest game I played in, but I honestly felt it was one of the most calmest I've ever felt before a basketball game in my life. You know, I believed and I visualized to be in this press conference with a hat and a shirt around me. So here we are.
Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And they couldn't be happier. Caitlin, McKenna, Monica, congratulations.